welcome back to the Real Talk podcast. I'm Siddharth, you know very well. And the session name is Voices of Growth. Everyone's know about that. If you be ever struggle to speak English confidently, feel stuck with grammar, or wondered how communication real shape your career, and today's episode is for you. Like, uh, English is more than just a language. It's a career skill, a confidence builder, and a powerful tool for self-expression. Today, we are joined by someone who understands this deeply, and that is Stuti Agrawal, is an experienced English educator and grammar mentor with over 8 years of professional experience working with learners and corporate professionals. Alongside teaching English, she has worked with organizations like Plant Spark and Oracle India, helping professional improvement, communication, and grow in their careers. She is known for simplifying grammar and connecting for real-world communication. We are excited to have her with us today. Please join me. Welcome, Stuti Agrawal. Hi, ma'am.
Hello, how are you, Siddharth? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. What about you?
I am amazing. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, okay, in coming in your podcast and everything. So please tell me, please start.
Yeah, you know very well. Firstly, I told you, uh, for them, like who really want to learn this medium, okay, but they really want to suffer. They're scared sometimes about judgment and fear. So I just want to, is it for them to improve their English? Okay. So first of all, it's for you. Before we talk about English speaking, tell us how
Mhm.
did your own journey with English speaking?
My journey with English speaking, honestly speaking, I have never been to any sort of government school or Hindi medium school, nothing of that sort. Okay. Actually, when I got the news about this podcast and everything, I was introspecting myself and I realized that what actually pushed me into this journey of public speaking, English improvement, and personality development. And therein, I realized that there was a time when I was on a stage playing the role in one of the William Shakespeare plays, As You Like It. And it was like, I regret that moment so much. I made a total mess on a stage in front of the assembly, and that time my confidence deteriorated like hell. Okay. So I studied in a very famous school of modern, okay, which itself follows international bachelorette curriculum. Thereafter, I went to City Montessori School. I was very confident in modern, but as soon as I reached to CMS, my confidence became so timid, it became so introvert that I wasn't able to speak at least with two people at one point in time. Okay. And that started drastically declining with every year passing by. So in 2018, when I went into the CA orientation and things, I addressed 100 around people, students, and I don't know what happened then. My confidence increased, my English improved, my overall personality enhanced, and from that moment I realized that yes, it is where I want to pursue my career. So I shifted my career from a CA profession to public speaker, English improvement, and personality development. That is how my journey began.
Yeah, it's really great and amazing. You mentioning your background is really amazing because you read in a modern. So I just want to ask you, okay, like it's for them who never ever read in, English medium, like they completed their 10th in CBSE, okay, like a Central Board of Secondary Education, but they switched their board to state board and
Mhm.
another boards, okay. But they have, in case of 12th and next one, they have never be a good communication and a good medium of that English. How they people are be command on that medium? Is it anything for you?
CBSE medium, like what you are saying is that a student has shifted from CBSE medium to a state medium board,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, state medium.
And if you talk about the CBSE medium, it has that English medium, English curriculum and stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. It is.
So their English is already well versed. Don't you feel that if a child is speaking till class 10th, he is already well versed in English, and then he doesn't have to struggle so much while speaking English because he's already nurtured into being a good English speaker? What do you say?
Yeah, it's really amazing. But you know very well, like I told you first, in like if you're talking about CBSE, okay,
Mm-hmm.
not every school, they communicate in this medium. They have the book like a NCRT of science, math, social science in English, but they never have to communicate in this medium. Only they read and write, never be speak. So how they be, fluent in this medium?
See, actually, this is not the drawback of a student, or our entire education system is designed as such. Our entire education system is designed as such, wherein we focus more towards marks rather than our speaking skills. Okay. We focus more towards our learning capacity, our memory, rather than just expressing our true emotions, expressions. Okay. So when you're talking about a child who has gone from CBSE board to a state board, and he has not nurtured himself till now in English speaking, what he can do is he can start practicing English through speaking. He can read English aloud, he can practice grammar, he can read loud, he can like listen actively to news, commentary, poems, movies, anything, whatever is his interest, but in a medium which is in English.
Okay, like I understand you're talking about you change your medium. Okay, like if you just want to uh, you know, a mastery in English, you have to change your background. Like whatever you just want to watch and listen, you have to change your medium to English. Yeah, it's really great, and I just want to follow in my beginning time when I just want to start that, especially English. So my second question for you, like, was there ever a phase when English feel difficult or intimidating for you personally? Like it's feel, because when you change your medium, it's really feel hard because it's our nativeness, our close communication with our personal ones. So how do you manage this?
See, when I talk about English and a moment that I felt intimidated, okay, is when in 10th standard, I felt so coward to speak to my colleagues, to speak in English, write in English, because I was always comparing myself with others. Rather than other people judging me, comparing me, analyzing me, I myself was judging myself. Okay. So, yes, that was the moment that intimidated me the most. But when I talk about how I, yes, so so when I talk about how I overcome that fear, that I started speaking, okay, actually, when you understand that listening is a passive act, but speaking is a personal act. So when you speak, you get better exposure, you get better enhancement in your language. Okay, so
Yeah.
that is how I improved.
Okay, like here I mentioned one thing, like first of all, fear of judgment. Okay, it's really mean, and like when you start your English, some persons have to fear. If we talk, yeah, I personally talk to anyone. Okay, so if my opposite person judge me like your grammar is not good, your pronunciation is not good, so how the person, overcome their fear of judgment, like, they feel scared in their beginning time.
I want to tell you one thing. अगर आप ही सोचोगे कि दूसरे लोग क्या सोच रहे हैं, तो दूसरे लोग क्या सोचेंगे? ओके, तो आप ये भी सोच रहे हो कि आपको क्या सोचना है, आप ये भी सोच रहे हो कि दूसरे क्या सोच रहे हैं, सो दूसरे लोग एक्चुअली क्या सोचेंगे. So give them that opportunity to judge. Plus, you feel that other people are judging you, but actually, nobody is judging anyone. Everybody is so tied up in their own world that they actually have no time to analyze you, to criticize you. And in case you face a situation where you are being criticized by other person, you can just say, thank you. Thank you for correcting me. I'll make a note of it. And I am actually improving on my accent, pronunciation. And thank you. That is it. Embrace your mistakes. So, the more you will embrace your mistakes, the better you will rise above those mistakes. Mistakes are just it's a tuition fees. Mistakes are a tuition fees that you give for a mastery. Okay, they are the stepping stones of success.
Okay, okay, I get it. Like, because a lot of learners, when they start their journey with English, they have to fear. So it's really great answer, and I understand what you just want to say and convey their thoughts with them. Oh yeah, that's really great. My third one is for you. Like, why do so many learners like understand English? They have that capacity to understand their what you really want to say me anything. They have to a good command on reading, writing, and listening. Okay, but still hesitate to speak it. Well,
As I already told you, understanding is passive. Okay, you can
mhm.
just understand simple sentences with keywords. Okay, but when it comes to speaking, speaking is an active act. Speaking requires personal experience. Okay, so unless and until you don't speak, you won't improve. Plus, there is a fact which states that in America, an average child speaks more than 2,500 words till the age of 5. But in India, an average Indian speaks less than 300 words till adulthood. Okay. So it's just because of speaking that we are lacking in a good communication grip. You can easily understand just because of the keywords. But for speaking, you need to create the entire sentence. And that is rare.
Yeah, especially I understand like you're talking about, because whenever you really want to speak any type of mediums, okay, you have to lot of vocabs because that is really important because if you want express your feeling and emotion, okay, you have to, that's what to express your thoughts, your ideas. So I understand especially, yeah, what you really want to convey. And my fourth question is for you. Like, you're also a teacher and a good teacher, by the way. So, from a teacher's perspective, what is the biggest mistake a student make while learning grammar?
They treat grammar as the main backbone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Grammar is something which should support your English. It shouldn't block your English. Okay. Grammar can be the skeleton of our body, but you need clarity as well as communication. And those clarity and communication is like muscles and tissues of the body. Okay. And people just get stuck in grammar. They stop mid sentence, like my grammar would get ruined in the middle of the entire sentence whenever they are speaking. Okay. And that is not correct. Grammar is important, but before going into grammar, tenses, nouns, pronouns, just speak, buddy. You need to speak. Try speaking. That is the main thing. Try speaking any word. Okay. You haven't been perfect into Hindi if you are speaking Hindi. That is your native language. Have you been perfect in Hindi since you were like 2 years old? No, obviously not. Okay. You had to learn Hindi as well. And if I may say you, do you know Vyakran? Do you know Sangya Visheshan? I don't think so. You know that sort of grammar in Hindi.
Yeah, yeah, especially I understand, like you're talking about it's not a foundation, but it's in a base because a lot of sentence structure is based on. And if you have a good on, making sentence structure, then you have a good knowledge of grammar. And only you have to speak and share your thoughts, you know. Okay, I understand. My one question is saying, is grammar really the foundation of good English, or is it confidence and practice? What is more important, confidence and practice?
Um, as a teacher, I have taught more than like 200, 300 people now. Okay. The main problem that I primarily solve for every individual is not grammar. It's actually their confidence, their self-confidence. Okay. So grammar is the part of English, and English is a medium, is a mode of communication. Okay. So obviously, confidence and clarity are important, and grammar is something which supports your English. Okay. Speak small sentences, try with the small sentences, even though your grammar is incorrect, but speak. Try thinking in English. Don't focus so much on grammar. You will eventually learn it. Okay. And most of the people in India are taking grammar as a maths formula. They are like, oh my god, with is, am, are, there needs to be ing. Should means chahiye, would means ye hona chahiye. Why? Okay. Just speak the sentence, dude. That is it. It'll improve eventually.
Yeah, I get it. When someone is started their journey, okay, like they start the perfection, okay, they start just want to perfection. I am just want to be a good speaker. Like if they listen a good speaker, uh, they think in starting like I'm just want to be a good speaker, okay, and the fear of judgment, the lacking of mistakes, a lot of the fear of judgment, scary things. So yeah, I just understand, and my one and most important question, we are in ICSC, CBSE, these boards are, compulsory in our India, okay, and they are so-called English medium because, I'm also reading CBSE, but I just don't feel like they are, like proper English medium because I read every only, language subject Hindi and Sanskrit. I read in Hindi, okay, and Sanskrit. Otherwise, especially I read all subject in English, okay, but especially I just when it's come to speaking, I have to, suffer a lot in my starting time. Because I have also background of CBSE, but I'm facing a lot of issues. So, do you think our education system focuses more on marks than real communication skill in English?
Yes, obviously. You tell me, how many times have you given a verbal viva or a verbal examination?
Seriously, I told you never, never ever, because our, only pen paper test, only, when I prepare English literature and only grammar, and grammar is really scary, when you speak noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, and there is a lot of tenses to remember that, foundation subject plus verb plus object and ing, whatever is it, okay. So it's really scary because there is a lot of, revisions and all time remember these words. So it's really, and the grammar have also some exceptions, like you use as and es, it's be like. So it's all about the grammar that students, the teachers are all time teaching, and and the more that is translation. Okay, they teach me translation. To you have to translate these words into this English medium, and never ever any teachers tell me what is the use of this in your future time. Okay, so in my special journey, I am also read only for marks. Okay, not special for verbal communication, and practically, seriously, no any type of practical in my schools. No conversations with any of my classmates. In fact, my teacher in this medium, they only taught me English to Hindi, English to Hindi. Never be uh, provided me that type of communications culture, like culture, like if you have speak in like English period Hindi, you have to find, but no one is like there. They have to normal common. So yeah, I'm facing a lot of issues, and this is the really back like weak thing of our education system as well. I
Okay.
understand,
What
especially.
what I want to tell you, this is not the drawback of the schools or of the teachers, okay? Because yes, I agree that most of the schools are marks oriented rather than actually having some sort of verbal examinations like vivas or something of that sort. Okay? Because there are 50 students in a single class, and even the teacher is restricted to take a written examination because that's easier as compared to an oral examination. Okay. And in order to develop those 50 students, that's a big responsibility, if you see. Okay. And that is why our education system is primarily concerned on cramming grammar, on learning grammar, rather than actually focusing on expressions, communications, in what language they are saying, direct and indirect speeches, active listening, critical thinking. So those are rare as compared to just learning those grammar and this filling up the copy. And you never know whether the child has done cheating, whether it's because of the chits or he has peeped in his neighbor's notebook copy. We never know. Okay, and we never know what sort of improvement is he actually making. So that is the drawback of our education system, our schools, as well as teachers, because they have time constraint, they have money constraint, and they have responsibilities as well, so we can't blame anyone for that matter.
Yeah, I get it. And in fact, if you're talking about English, okay, environments, it is a really important. Like, how's it? My neighbor, in fact, my family members, they really want to talk me in this medium or not, because the more you talk, the more you learn. Is it the main thing? Like, if you really want to talk in this medium, that you have mastery in this medium. So, you are also a mentor and a good teacher as well in this medium. So, I have a question for you. What daily habits actually work for improving English, not just in a theory, but in real life?
I already told you, see, when you want to learn any language, okay, listening is 40%, speaking is 30%, and then is reading and writing of around 15 to 11% each. Okay. So what matters more is you need to speak aloud at least for 5 minutes daily. Then read aloud. You will know how your mouth is moving, the mouth movement, the lip movement, the better vocabulary you will imbibe. Okay. I know the better you imbibe, the better you exhibit. What you learn more, you will exhibit more. Okay. And the last one is active listening. Active listening. Okay. Read more, speak more, and listen more. Those are the primary three things that you can do in order to improve English language or French or German, whichever language you want to go ahead and learn it.
Okay, like you first of all tell me you know, writing. Writing is important. Uh,
Yes.
writing is important, and another second one is your talking. Talking is really necessary,
Yeah.
and especially I just want to feel like in my journey, yeah, basic grammar is really important for sentence structure, and you have a good knowledge about any content you really want to talk with them. Okay. And the third one is main and major important. You have good command on your vocabs, because especially for you, like you have a good knowledge of vocabs and you have more than words. Okay, so you get it and you speak very well. So yeah, my next question for you, ma'am, like you mentor many learners. Okay, so what is the most common fear they share with you?
I already told you it's self judgment. Self judgment. And if you talk about vocabulary, normally if you know 2500 to 3000 words, you have perfect vocabulary. Okay. No need to have more words within you. You can't speak a single entire sentence of Hindi as well. So your vocabulary in Hindi is as equivalent poor as English. Okay. If you know 2500 to 3000 words, you're well versed in English. And in case you want to improve your vocabulary, start with phrasal verbs. Those are easier. Come
Yeah,
in, come across, okay, something of that sort. Start with phrasal verbs. You'll have better clarity.
yeah, okay, I get it. I really
Okay.
get it.
Yeah.
Um,
And one more thing that I wanted to tell you is English is just a mode of communication. Okay. It is not the original language, it is actually the acquired language. English is being acquired from different parts of the globe, some Latin, some Roman, some Sanskrit, as well as some Tamil words. If you know Sanskrit better, Matra becomes mother, Bratra becomes brother, Geometry becomes geometry, and Trigonometry becomes trigonometry. So instead of learning the entire word and vocabulary, learn the root words, where that word in English is being derived from. And once you know that it is actually been a created language, which is actually which is being created by the scholars of English, you will know like how they are developing it. Then you don't need to cram those rules. You can easily go with the flow and you will become better.
yeah, okay, like if you're talking about root words, is it really important? Like, phobia. Phobia is also root words, and phobia is used for fear. Like same with tally. Tallies are especially used for, the long distance, like a telephone, teleport, television. This is, and they grab a lot of words with
Yeah.
them. Yeah, in fact, I just, practice more in my
Mm.
early time for root words, and it's really important, especially by my side.
Yeah.
Okay, so like my second question is, it's not psychological. Okay, is it be possible and is it be important? Like, does thinking in English really matters? And how can learners develop this habit? Like, if is
Please
it
pardon.
important then?
Please pardon.
Okay, I repeat it again for you. Like, some persons are told them like thinking is important. Like, does thinking in English really matter?
Yes, thinking in English do matter because we want to reduce the dependency on translation. Okay. So the more you reduce the dependency on translation, the better you will be at thinking. So instead of translating the entire stuff, just speak in your mind about the words. For example, I am drinking coffee in a black mug. Okay. Just translate the situations: coffee, mug, background, lamp, anything. Okay. Just translate from Hindi to English, from words to situations, and ultimately you will be able to translate a bigger sentence. So, yes.
Okay, so like, if is it possible? Okay, ma'am. So how can learners develop this habit? And I'm talking about habit. And is it really important for them? So how is it be improved? And they develop this habit.
You know, nothing comes easy. Okay.
Okay.
Rome was not built in a day, as the saying
Mm-hmm.
goes. So, no habit can be developed in a day. You need time, you need effort, you need constant reminder that you need to improve. Okay. As I told you, translate every word that comes into your mind. मैं चाय बना रही हूँ. I am making tea. Okay. Translate the situation. And once you start translating with the small sentences, you'll eventually translate the entire conversation in a very rapid pace. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all about what is your rate of failure.
Okay. I got it. So like, if you're talking about myself, okay. In my early time and middle time, I just want to think about too much accent. Okay. Because if you're talking about India, India have a different diaspora and different diversity. Like some belonging from north, some belonging from south, some west, like and their accent. Because some south person talking about English, their nativeness in the speech. Same with north side and same with middle. Like if you're talking about Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, UP, and Delhi, they have a different accent. Okay, so, like many learners, in fact, starting when I start my preparation and my journey with this, I'm really thinking and worried about my accent. Okay, so how, like many learners worry about accent. And in your opinion, what matters more, accent, clarity, or confidence?
Okay. So today, when you
Mm-hmm.
see top NASA scientists, when you see global startups, when you see top CEOs, they all are Indians and they do have Indian accent. Even our Bollywood asset, Miss Priyanka Chopra, she do have Indian accent. Okay. So it's not about the accent that you have. It is obviously about the confidence and the clarity. Okay. Most of the toppers that you see are are unable to communicate. Okay. But when you talk about the mediocre students, they are able to pronounce, they are able to communicate so well. So it's never about the accent, it is always about the communication and the clarity. Like I told you, English is a mode of communication like any other language. You speak Hindi, you speak English, you speak Tamil, Telugu, German, French, anything, or even sign language. Communication is when my thoughts, my emotions, my information is being transferred to you and you understand it. Okay. So don't make English a hype of a language. It is a language, consider it a language. Okay. Accent do matter, but it's okay. Do you know only English, only the British English is spoke in Britain, okay, that itself has 15 different accents. Do you know that?
Especially, I really don't know about that. I have no idea about it because I never we learned that much.
Yes. So just the British English, which is being spoken in England itself, Britain,
Okay, okay.
that has 15 different accents. So why do you worry about accent? Okay. England, London, Britishers, they have colonized the entire world. So obviously you will have different accents in different part of the world. There is African accent, there is American accent, there is French accent, there is Russian accent, and there is an Indian accent. So no need to worry. You need to have clarity in your communication, and that matters the most.
Yeah, okay. I understand. Like clarity is more important, and the more and major important that is confidence while you're talking, while you're
Absolutely.
expressing your thoughts. Yeah, okay, I get it. You are a good mentor and a good teacher, and you have a past experience, almost 8 years. So, like, I just ask one thing, like, can you share one real student story where English transformed their confidence of life?
Mm, one real story is 2 years back, I was teaching a guy. His name is Nasir, and he was just a beginner in English. And I held my workshop, which I regularly do, of tenses, of different parts of grammar, and everything. And today, he has an entire school in his rural village, and he's developing those children from like Telugu medium to English medium. Okay. He's developing their mindset, he's developing all sorts of stuff. Another one is a lawyer who's from Jammu, some part of Jammu. He's in a village in Jammu. And I taught him public speaking and personality development. And today he's standing in election. Okay. So once a man who was afraid, being a lawyer, who was afraid to speak in front of five people, is now standing for government elections, being an MLA. And I feel that's a drastic improvement that I saw.
Yeah, it's really great. It's really great. Like a lawyer, a politician, and in fact a teacher. You
Yeah,
have a lot of, man, student and use thinking. I
I
get it.
feel blessed because of it.
Yeah, I get it. Uh, these two questions, like teaching a lot of person, and in fact, in a student, they have myth about it. Is grammar really necessary to speak fluent English? I know we are talking earlier, but I just want to replicate once again your thoughts. Is grammar really necessary to speak fluent English?
When you talk about the beginner level, no, it is not needed. But when you talk about fluent English, fluency comes with confidence, and fear breaks that fluency. Okay. So, yes, grammar is important, but once you have overcome the level of confidence, thereafter, grammar is important.
Yeah, I get it. And like my second one and last question for you, like, what is one daily habit that can improve English quickly?
Read.
Read. Okay, ma'am, like a lot of speakers, they say me, if you are a good, listener, then you become a good speaker. So what is, listening? How these things are, play major role in our speaking. I'm talking about listening.
As I already told you, there is something as active listening and there's something as passive listening. Okay. So when you actively listen, therein you imbibe stuff. And the more you imbibe, the better you exhibit. Okay. But your mind doesn't know when you are actively listening and when you have actually lost. Okay. When you are just hearing it up. Okay. So it's better to read first and then focus on listening and speaking.
You align with this community like EL, like English learners. Okay. So how do you start their journey with our community, and what is that major and important things in our community?
I love English learners community, to be really honest. And how I started my journey with English learners is when I met Neeraj Arya. He is one of a person. He is a fabulous person altogether. And when I discovered him through my videos, through my networking skills, that time we actually had a proper conversation of approximately 2-3 hours, that too on a telephone. Okay. And when I knew about the insights, about his vision, I think that actually aligned with my vision itself. Okay, because I also started with orphanages, rural areas, teaching poor children in order to improve them, their personality, their English communication, and that is what Neeraj is also looking forward. Okay, he wants to provide all sorts of value to every human which is associated with him, and that is how my interest towards English learners grew. So in fact, I would like to recommend two people who are actually holding themselves back and who is actually looking for first step towards their English journey. They should actually join this free community, get their hold into English, and then carry themselves forward. Okay. Herein we have amazing mentors, we have amazing students who are readily available to guide you in every aspect. So I feel this is an amazing community altogether.
Yeah, okay, thank you for this, ma'am, and especially thank you for you because I know you are providing a free, classes in our community. Because is it any learners they really want to join with ma'am in our community? They are free, okay. So it's not any type of paid classes there. Especially if I am talking about the year, you'll get a lot of sessions provided like grooming and extempo. They are all time free. Okay, it's are not be paid any single rupees. So you just join here and talk. The simple thing is we provide a good community here, a good environment for all learners. like you're providing classes with. So if like any persons, okay, like they really want to extend their learning, okay, so how they join, especially for you?
Okay, so talking about an extensive learning experience,
Yeah, yeah,
herein we provide you customized session as well, wherein according to an individual need, we'll be providing you support accordingly. If you want grammar support, we are available for grammar. If you want interview support, we are here for interview. If you are for critical thinking and leadership skills, any other soft skill, be it thinking capacity, analytical skill, active listening, storytelling, or anything for that matter, okay, we are here to provide you customized support. You can actually go through English Learner's website, and in the premium section, you can find Stuti Agrawal, and therein you can register the same. Okay. And what I would suggest is it is not about the money or anything of that matter, it is about the value. Okay. It is all about the exchange of value. And obviously, with value comes the better experience, and it is obviously one-on-one classes where I will be providing you support, where English learners would be providing you support from the very basic, from the root level. So first we'll be focusing on why, and then what and how. Okay, and
yeah,
that is how our approach is towards people who genuinely wants to improve themselves.
yeah. Okay, thank you for this, ma'am. My all question is over, and it's really nice conversation with you, man. And I get it a lot of things, like if you really want to improve, first of all, you have to read, and another, you have to write, and third one, like you have to speak. Like it's not be it's in a better English and it's in a bad. You have to speak. So that's why you have to overcome about your judgment, like your own judgment, and you have to believe on yourself firstly when you're talking to anyone. So yeah, I get it, and it's the end of the conversation. It's right, nice conversation with you, ma'am. How do
Thank
you
you.
think about this conversation and about this podcast? What's your thoughts about it?
I love this podcast, but one line that I would like to tell my audience is
Mm-hmm,
stop trying to impress,
mm-hmm.
start trying to stop trying to impress, start
Yeah.
trying to express. So instead of impressing others, just try to express yourself more.
A lot of person, they treated English like a subject. They think like that, we have to work hard. It's in a language, and language, that is a major and important to share about thoughts, about emotions. So, yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. I really loved coming here. I introspected so much about myself before coming into this podcast. So thank you for this opportunity. And it was
Yeah,
really, really amazing
yeah,
from your
yeah.
end. Okay. Thank
Thank you
you.
for your time. Basically, you have to all know, busy, too much busy, but thank you for your time as well.
Thank
Thank you, man.
you. Yeah.